Hello and welcome to the Client Tracker how-to training videos. In this video lesson, we'll be discussing how to view and edit additional users. Once you've logged into the Client Tracker, it takes you to the default screen of New Client. To get to the View Edit Additional Users, we simply click on the Maintenance tab. And under the Maintenance tab, we'll see two sections. The first one is System Setup, and the second area is Additional Users. Let's click on Additional Users. And under the additional users, we'll see the available users that you can modify or change. Now, this section here, or the number of users, will vary depending on which monthly program you've signed up for. So, let's review the columns for each of these users. The first column is level. The level determines what that particular user is able to see or change or modify within the Client Tracker. A level 1 user is basically the entry-level user. In other words, they can only view information. They cannot change any client information, nor maintenance tab, nor can they even have access to the action dashboard where all your reports are available. So the level 1 user basically be able to see any client information, check in and check out, or view any existing appointments or open appointments, but they cannot add or modify any information within the Client Tracker. A level 2 user, on the other hand, is able to add additional notes to a client, able to add appointments and record payments, but they're not able to edit any client personal information, nor are they able to see the maintenance tab either. Those tabs or those sections are reserved for the system administrator. In other words, the person that's registered, signed up for the monthly service on the Client Tracker. The next section after level is status. Now the status of the client, it will by default is inactive, so that only the person who have access to the system initially is the system administrator or the person that signed up for the service. Now you can add additional users simply by changing their status from active to inactive, which we'll cover in a moment. And this is self-explanatory with the person's last name, first name, the user ID is which they would log in with, and their password. Now let's click on again the first user level 1. We have employee number 1. Let's give him a first name of Bob, a last name of Smith. User ID is B Smith, and you can fill in all the other information. But what the information that is critical that must be filled in is a password. Now, right now, the default password, as you can see up above, is 1234. But if we just kept the password at 1234 and click update to update the information, well, first let's go ahead and set Bob to active. Okay, and as you notice here, you can also change what the level, access level you want Bob to have. Now they both can have level 2 or they both can have level 1. It's up to you as the system administrator to set those access levels. So right now we'll just leave him at level 1, and we'll leave his default password as 1234. And if we click update information, and system comes back with an error, says password minimum is 6 characters. Now the reason why that's set up like that in the Client Tracker is such that by default no one has access to any information on your under your account, even if they were to try to use one of the default user names and password. It would not work, because the Client Tracker will not let you activate a user with a 4-digit password. So automatically you would have to change the password, which basically creates more security for you, as well as prevent people from trying to hack into the system or get access to your information. So by default, we'll go ahead and change that password from that 4-digit password to a 6-digit password, and these can be alpha or numeric, so it can be letters and numbers as you wish. So we're going to change the password, and then we're going to confirm the new password. and now we'll say update information. User information is saved. Okay, now to see that information we just click on refresh the table, and as you can see I set the password to 123456. Of course you would never use this password, but just for this example only. And as you can see at this point, Bob Smith is now active and can log into the system. The second, again, the thing would go exactly the same way for user number 2. So it depends on what you want to have set up and how much information you want to gather. You can collect email, phone number, address, including city, state, and zip on whoever your users are you want to have in the system. Of course, if you start to change some information and you change your mind, you just click the cancel button and any changes that you were about to do was canceled. So, and the information still stays the same. So in essence, that's pretty much how simple it is to activate any additional users in the client tracker. And once they've have been set up, and you just again same login process with username, password, as well as company name as well. So that's all there is to it, and thanks for watching.